All right, guys. I am totally feeling a card drawing. For some reason, my light is niet werken om in. But why? Uh, well, what a great start. So it feels a little bit. It already feels like the energy already feels crazy, crazy, much crazy stuff happening. I already feel what's happening. I feel like the one is realizing that the other one is waking up. You already know what I'm talking about. This is counterparts. We're doing counter. We're doing it. Doing it. No, man, did I leave my friend? I left my freaking. Ah. Okay, fine. We're not going to do that with cards. We're going to just present like this. So that definitely, like, what's up? What do you want? I don't know, bro. I don't know what he was talking about. See, sometimes I do, like, when my body does speak to me or when I do get nudges, even I still get, like, confused sometimes because I'm like, well, what are you trying to point out? And then you get in your head. That's where the issue is. Because if you can just get out of your head, then they'll just do something else to nudge you in the right direction again. It's literally like that, but it's like, okay, let me get out of my freaking head. Okay. Right, guys, so I'm going to be doing a reading now, but I'm also going to be presenting the truth in this video. So I've been doing readings and I've been picking up on my counterpart, and I've decided that I want to make this video so that whoever that is aware that yes, I can feel a certain energy on the other side of these videos. I can feel that there's certain vlogs being watched. I don't know if you're watching all the vlogs or not, but I can feel like there's engagement. All right, there's like online engagement, or there was. It might have become stagnant at this point, and I don't know what that means. Um, but but this is becoming the truth now. Okay, so I think it is somebody, and I'm aware that it most probably is this person. Okay, I'm being very honest. Now, why am I afraid of this honesty? The reason I'm afraid of this honesty is because this person, these counterparts who are dealing with these issues, in the first video we talked about, paralleling comparisons between multiple people's relationship in this twin flame expansion going on right now. Okay, and if you want, you can go and check that video out. But in those comparisons, there's a consistency in the way that this relationship is playing out, and it, it's basically coming off as one is of a higher spiritual nature than the other, um, and and so that's why I'm presenting this, because I believe that I am okay. And this is now another thing that I'm afraid of, is how people are going to take this. Like, I know I present all confident and strong in these abilities, but when it comes to actually admitting to be able to do stuff, it's actually a little bit fear invoking to just go up to someone and say, "Hey, I'm psychic. Um, I can sometimes tell what you might be thinking." That's freaky for people to think and consider that. Um, but it's been my job then to learn to cut that off. That's the whole point. That's why I'm so confident. It's not necessarily that I'm just this super fantastic dude. It's more that um, I'm just cutting off the energy of everyone around me when I don't want to feel it. So therefore, I can just do whatever I want to do. So right. So let's get into the truth. I think that this person is somebody from my past, and the reason I feel this is because this person just out of the blue popped out of nowhere in my head and then just stayed there, pretty much. And I couldn't really fathom it a little bit. I didn't know what was going on at first, but through this process and through going through these comparisons myself with her, it's like I've been reawakened. So it's like I've now reached the next level in how to present myself in a way or in a capacity where my energy can actually be heard and learned from. So that's what I'm doing now. So that's why I've started this. I've also started it because I definitely feel that a lot of people need this. I do know that everyone on this side, which is the divine masculine, so these are the guys that might be a little bit more spiritually inclined. You'll obviously know who you are based on what is resonating, or it'll be physically obvious. Okay. I don't mean in terms of the physical realm. I mean in terms of you'll hear it. You'll see what I mean when we talk about those comparisons, the physical manifestations of each person's like representation in the cycle. It's obvious. You'll see what's going on as we go through it. The only issue through this is there's a little bit. I can't release it all now because I'll tell you about what's going on as we go through it. But basically, breaking of cycles. There's a breaking of karmic debt and karmic cycles happening. So the one is a little bit behind, but I don't mean that in any sort of negative way. What I mean, I literally mean like the one is behind, as in even most potentially age gap as well. You know, it's like, well, it's obvious then, duh, I had this many more years to learn all these freaking difficult lessons. Plus, I had a bunch of very much harder years before that. So it's just like, you know what I mean? Actually, I'm lying. I don't think any years were harder than once I woke up, once I became spiritually awakened, that's when life got really hard. But it got so pleasurable and immensely rewarding because why? It's only hard because we decide then to take on our responsibility. So that's what's going on now. So you need someone who can now connect with your energy. That's why it's so perfect that I can do this now because I can actually help this guiding system into your enlightening. We had mentors online to help us as well, but they were going through cycles which we had to go through and break. Now that we've broken that, there are cycles below us that need to break as well. And you guys are actually helping us break our cycles. We are helping the generations above break their cycles, even though that's a lot more difficult. That's only happening very, very stiffly. The energy is just, it's like a wall, and you literally gotta like penetrate through it. But anything below that, it gets so much more light-hearted and open, and everyone's just starting to learn quicker and trust more and have more faith, which then gives them confidence. It's basically the evolution playing out. It's just generations. I'm not talking about evolution of like, I mean, it is the evolution of the human race. Obviously, it is. But what I mean is it's a spiritual evolution. It's not a human evolution. So we're becoming spiritual beings. In other words, we're just realizing that we are a spirit. Okay? And I can't tell you exactly how the physical world works. You know, I can't tell you all the crazy freaking nonsense, but I can definitely tell you stories I've had of my personal experiences, which show me multiple different truths. All right, because the truth is essentially something that you believe. So you could, you know, why some people think the Earth is flat? It's because that is their truth. They truly believe that. There's no breaking it. So it's like, well, then probably in their reality, which it is their reality, it's really a flat earth. Isn't that mind breaking? But that's the truth. That's how our minds work. Okay? Even though science and logic will dictate things otherwise, if your mind convinces you of something, that's the reality you're living. Okay? That's why our job is to take back the power that our minds have upon us, because then we can start to discern using our full holistic selves what the right steps are and the wrong steps are, what the right way forward is and what the wrong way forward is. I struggled with this a long time, even with my own mentors and my own things, but that's because I had to break cycles from them down as well. So now you guys are going to be breaking even more cycles, yeah, and you already are, because all the counterparts at these tens. So when I say tens, I don't mean 10 out of tens. What I'm talking about is it's a 10 energy. So it's like 10 of pentacles, 10 of wands. It's like someone who's self-mastered. It's someone who's self-mastered. And they got there through a lot of, you know, treachery and hard work. Um, and they also are dealing with a lot of stuff right now, even though it's a lot more pleasurable than what you're dealing with now. Okay, but that's just karma playing out. So there's just karma happening. But these guys up here are, they're not going to be my main focus. They're going to be who I'm trying to read for so that I can then connect to the other person. But the joy about this is that, so what I'm saying is, I'm going to be trying to read for the people who are spiritual. Because why? Because they're the ones that would watch this video. Okay. So, but now here's the interesting thing is that now what's going to actually happen is that the counterparts are going to start watching this video as well. The counterparts are going to start watching these videos as well, and we're going to have an expansion on both sides. And the best thing about that is that I'm then going to be tapping into energy of both sides. So we're going to have full display of everything happening in the truth in detail in front of us. Obviously, it's still going to be mystical. Obviously, we can't have exact names. We can't have that stuff. Okay, I used to get angry at spirits and my angels for this. I mean that's even okay, but whatever. Okay, wait. Right. I don't know what that was. I think maybe it was a past energy that was trying to present itself here. As in, like, maybe someone was saying, like, knock on the window for me or something, and that happened. Okay, I don't know. That might feel like what it is. But honestly, I can't tell. Anyway, so the next truth in all of this is no, in fact, I think this is the right place to leave this video, okay? As more truths come out, you now at least get the understanding, right? I don't know who you are personally. Unfortunately, the things that keep presenting do, it's not just you that fits this description. So I really, and because your energy is so full of doubt, I really don't know who you are. Um, but I think I know who you are, but I really don't know who you are. Okay, so you've got that cloak, you've got the anonymity that you need right now because you need this space right now. You need to make sure that you're not rushing into anything. You want to make sure that you're stable and that you're calm, and the word perfect comes up, but I don't mean perfect like you need to present perfectly. That's actually a trigger. That's a trigger warning. People don't want perfection. No, wait. People want the truth. As soon as you start presenting that, things work out very easily for you. Okay? It gets hard at first because your whole community is going to devolve. Your whole community is going to hate you for telling the truth everywhere. They're not going to want to be around you. They're going to despise you. They're going to gossip. They're going to talk behind your back. This won't apply to everybody, but unfortunately, this is what happens. At least this is what I've seen from my experience and what I've seen in other readings and stuff like that. So this is just talking about these repeating patterns. Okay, right. Okay, guys, I got a croissant waiting for me in the air fryer. I'm gonna go ahead and eat my croissant now. Okay, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe as well because I'm gonna be releasing these often. I'm gonna be doing things like card readings and stuff like that. You want to know why? It's just because it's nice to. I don't know who this person is, but at least I can learn some things about their energy, right? So at least that's what I'm trying to do. Why? Because it's bringing sense and justice to my mind. Because I don't want to be sitting here feeling heartbroken. Meanwhile, I don't even know who the fuck I'm feeling heartbroken about, right? So I want to do some readings. Okay, that's the way the news goes. All right, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining. Bye.